could not have picked a more beautiful day to have Military Appreciation Day in Highland Park. This is a day made for big-time lacrosse. The stage is set. Two teams are going to be on this field that will make way for a state title. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the ninth wonder of the world, Highlander Stadium, on the beautiful and iconic stadium of Highland Park, home of your Highland Park Scots. The Revenge Tour continues, and ESD, we have not forgot about you. Hello, everyone. I'm Heckman Harrison alongside Cade Hamner. And Cade, I didn't write that down. I'm just going right off of the top of my head. I don't need a script for a game like this because, Cade, we know the ramifications of how big this game is in this community.
Yeah, Heckma, I think you said it a minute ago. You can feel like you can cut the tension with a knife. It's a good tension. It's a nervous tension. And I feel like we just got here. And we're playing the first game. Suddenly, we're playing game number 19 of the Scots season. The Scots come in 15-3. ESD comes in at 13-1. But Heckma, I can tell you this: both these teams are going on to the state playoff.
Yeah. This
is the only game that matters. It's all on the field tonight. Game of the week, all over social media, Texas, nationwide. There's families watching nationwide. College recruiting coaches watching nationwide. This is big time lacrosse. If you don't have the spine to do this, you're in the wrong place because this is big time, and we're going to get it on here in about a minute.
ESD is making Highland Park wait as they are in their huddle, the far side, and as we wait for them to make it to midfield. Why don't we get into our Brooker Law starters of the game?
Yeah, Brooker Law starting lineup tonight. You're going to have all the big guns out there. Of course, you're going to have Jack Morris. He's going to be between the pipes on that defense with Jackson Bond, Harrison Wheeler, and Ben Owen. At midfield, we're going to have Hunt Henry, Carter Sutton, and Paxton Smith. And the gunners at attack, Parker Addison, Harrison Brown, and Duncan Zilk. Brooker Law starting lineup. Goalies are going to shake hands, and we're going to get it on. And Ekma, it looks like the Scots will get the sun in Jack Morris's eyes for the first minutes. The Scots need to come out, need to take control of the ball, take control of the first period, and control time of possession.
Owen Lashevsky is out at the face-off. The other side, number 32, Tristan Warburton.
And again, Heckma, I've said it before, these two have played club lacrosse with each other on the same team for years.
As the game on Sports Face-Off Cam to get things started here at Highlander Stadium. First possession taken by ESD. The pressure is presented on the far side. 33, Ben Boyer defending. Give us some players to watch out for on the other side for ESD, Kate.
Well, you got a lot of them, Heckma. You've got number 22, Michael Golia. He's playing attack for ESD. You've got number 12, midfielder, Noble Provost. You've got a freshman phenom at number 10, Wade McKnight. They've got a lot of good shooters out there. Kind of a young team, but they've got a couple of seniors that are leaders. And, the team you got to look out for. Defense has got to play tight, be out on glove tonight, and play physical.
Hands open in that one. That first shot by ESD goes across the cage, not threatening the goalie and captain, Jack Morris. 10 is out, and Jack Morris says, stop it.
And that's what we need from Jack. We need a big game tonight. We need a big game like he's had against Torrey Pines, like he had down in Florida against St. Andrews. We need him to quarterback that defense down there. Be cautious, stand on his head to make saves. Let's get the possession back to the offense, give defense a break. I really need the offense to control that ball. No unforced errors or minimize unforced errors. Don't throw away passes. Spin the ball. Take good shots. Shoot from the perimeter early to open up the game.
Paxton Smith with the rock on the move, being defended by number 1, Ryan Tran. Back to 12, Carter Sutton. Sutton with the pass, going behind X to Duncan Zilke. And that pass goes over the top of the head of 19, and another possession here for ESD. Just going back to what you were talking about earlier, Cade, and it's the unforced errors, the self-inflicted thing. And so we start near with the first possession, and that ends in a turnover. Let's let it rest there.
You got to control them. Got to minimize mistakes.
Here's an opportunity. ESD able to get that pass through, but an error for an error. And now the Scots.
Yeah, ESD trying to hit Noble Provost on the crease there. He's dangerous on that right side crease. He's got a hell of a roll move. And most of these Scots know it, especially the 27. But good opportunity for the Scots.
Easy clear.
ESD gave him a fit last year on the clear.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did. And that game was at the Gene and Jerry Jones Stadium last season, where it was ESD brought out all the big guns.
Yeah, they did. Definitely. Guys like John Brown, John Duque, a lot of good guys. So a little bit younger, but physical nonetheless. Always fun to finish down. Tackle. Beautiful.
Duncan Zilke working from behind X, directing traffic with Hash Brown to his left. Looking to make the pass, Hash Brown there. 23 seconds on the shot clock for the Scots.
Harrison's got a shorty to go.
Oh, yeah! Let's go! Henrik Johnson with the magic stick. As the Scots are on the board.
Yeah, great job there opening up Henrik Johnson. Henrik, if you'll remember, Heckma, he got the start the other night, and I was saying it's helpful to get a guy like that to start, to get him early reps in a game, to set up something like tonight's game or something like a playoff game. He definitely has some confidence coming out of that game against Allen.
Boy, trying to step into it, the wingers trying to recover. And that was number 33, Ben Boyer, unable to recover the ground ball for the possession for the Scots as ESD takes over. Trying to work their way back down the hash, having an opportunity, hands free. Rear check brings that ball high off the stick. Number 10 behind X, trying to get back topside. Great defense by number 24, Jackson Bond. Working for the ground ball.
Trip call there, but play on for Harrison Wheeler. Highland Park with an early timeout here.
Timeout called on the far side by Coach Pressler. The Scots draw first blood, up by 1. They take a break. We will too, and come back as play resumes here on Game On Sport.
Flying, sipping, shredding, soaring, skimming, searching, slouching, putting, petting, connecting, collecting, lounging, leading, boarding. 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 Now that's flying. This is how I fly.
Players make their way back onto the field. 7:28 here in the first quarter. Highland Park up by a score.
A lot of energy here at Highland.
Oh, my goodness. Back inside. Let's go. Paxton Smith, the popcorn maker, is on. I'm waiting. I got my hand out already. I got my hand out. I'm waiting on the popcorn 2-0 right now for the Scots.
Paxton finds a lane there. He weaves through 2 or 3 guys to be on the first horizon play. Fantastic job. Get that confidence building. Let the momentum build. Let your shooter stay in it. We talked about this. You need a guy with the alpha tonight, someone to take over. Heck, I'll take 2 of them. What I don't want is a bunch of passive.
What you got is Paxton Smith working his way in and scoring a goal from about 5 yards out. And the Scots are on fire right now. Whoa.
Great clear by Bond.
Jackson Bond showing the fancy feet. 6:44 in the first quarter. Scots up by 2. Student body is here in full effect.
A great crowd.
Hatch Brown working in the middle of the field, hands free, trying to work the bouncer. I believe that's Connor Kowalewski. Bouncer back on the other side, trying to find something here against 8. Colton Highland working from behind X, trying to get back top side.
Yeah, I thought it would probably mark or back. I've seen a couple times pass rounds for all the short. You've got him again. That's a dangerous play. Good shot, good opportunity. Stick high.
Kowalewski able to stand right in the pocket for that one and a save and clear here for ESD. ESD down by 2, 5:44 here in the first quarter, and you got to know that ESD is still going to stay aggressive here. If they get an opportunity now on offense, keep your eyes on number 10.
Keep your eye on number 10. Flip back down the neck.
Hands free, and that one hits the pipe. Boy, lucky to get away with that one. Noble Provost.
Another one of those 27 stop. Great kid, wide kid, doesn't take 2 words. Club.
Great defense there by number 10, Jackson McKinley. Going back across. Defense is tight tonight. Another roller.
Good.
Zach Morris with the pass up ahead. Fire in the hole. Yeah! Let's go, Griff!
Well, Hamner's in the building.
LPG, baby. LPG. 3-0. And we got to see the replay.
First horizon replay there. I don't think Griff quite believed that they didn't lie to him. Opened up for him.
The chef down at the X working for the ground ball. Don't tell me these possessions don't mean anything. As there is a scrum. Who wants to come away with it? Great pass. And an opportunity here for the Scots as a turnover.
Yeah,
back to ESD.
Rushed a little bit there. Yeah. Probably could have pulled up, but working with momentum inside.
Yeah, I'm sorry if I'm loud on your television right now. I'm a little excited. I will calm down as this game goes on.
As always, we're working through a little audio difficulty.
Yes, we are.
My mic's a little scratchy, but we're going to work through it. Hope to have that fixed by the second quarter.
Another opportunity here for ESD. Defense stands strong. Ben Boyer, number 33. Another one of your senior leaders down there taking over. Great defense.
Yeah, Scots are playing physical. They just need to keep it up.
Walker Sutton defending around the crease, just not allowing them to get back top side. And there's the top cheddar. And I said it.
That's Wade McKnight. He'll do that. He shoots low to high.
What? I said it. You got to keep your eyes on number 10. And the shot from 10 is the answer from ESD. They won't go away. This will be a competitive game all the way through.
Certainly think that's the case. No lead's going to be safe here.
You see him trying to dance on the crease, and they find it, man. He is wide open. He has a guy just right on his hip. But no one there to stop him. As you see us back down at the face-off, Lachevsky trying to come away with the loose ball, and he does.
Great man by Jeff.
A little pressure being presented here. Oh. Woo. Well, that was almost disaster.
Yeah, that was close. You know, if they're not going to slide, I'd like to see them come up.
Go ahead and clear.
Yeah, at least come up to the 50. I mean, go stand at the 50 if they're not going to put a clear.
Clear for the Scots as number 20, Hunt Henry, here on the near side.
That starting midi line in now. Good fake shot there by Paxton with the Carter. Carter to Paxton.
Back to Hunt Henry. Spin move. Trying to get his hands free. Elects to pass. Back inside. Great dodge. Goes down on a knee. Working inside. Duncan Filkey. And running to the end line. There is Parker Addison.
Got tight defense by the Eagles.
Addison. 10 on the shot. Coming around the screen. Back to Parker. Parker looking for an opportunity. Another check. Brings that ball off of the head of the stick into the student section. And I believe that's going to be a shot clock violation. ESD going the other way. Minute 34 here in the first quarter. ESD, Wade McKnight finally finding the back of the net.
Yeah, Wade's a good shooter. Set that early. Minimize impact. Try to get some of the excitement cooling off a little bit, but the student section growing for both teams here at Highland.
I feel like the excitement is growing. Nothing's cooling around here. And trying to control this from behind the X. Again, trying to find this, walk that crease. And Scott's doing a good job of denying.
You got Harrison Coleman working. Look for a Coleman slide.
McKnight in the middle of the defense. And he's just camping around right over here on this left hash mark, waiting on a cutter. Nobody's moving. Hands are free. Shot is off.
Yeah, Boyer playing good here. Man, about 50 yards.
We got 33 on 33, and that's Josh Logan with the shot for ESD. Back in the hands of McKnight. Shifty young man, dangerous. Another shot is off, and whew, that's the kind of defense you want, right?
That's good. Good That shot deflected up.
Another opportunity here on offense for the Scots. A little bit of pressure being presented. Break clear inside. PA all day. The ATM machine is back on, ladies and gentlemen.
Great job. Parker Addison inside here. Addison. The first Horizon replay.
And that is the end of the first quarter. Highland Park 4, ESD 1. We'll take a break with them and return to action as the players come on the field for the second quarter.
Greatness isn't given, it's earned. The sweat, the grit, the early mornings and late nights. When it's all on the line, you either step up or step out. Because fortune favors the bold. Vista Bank, entrepreneurs banking entrepreneurs since 1912.
For over a century, we've been financing the American dream for those who dare to chase it. The job creators, the economic stimulators, the relentless entrepreneurs that refuse to be denied. For this we know, fortune favors the bold. Vista Bank, entrepreneurs banking entrepreneurs since 1912.
Second quarter set to begin. Heckman Harrison alongside Cade Hamner. And boy, we have had some fireworks here in the first quarter. But
Fireworks, audio issues, we're dealing with it all. We'll try to fight through it here.
that's all right. We're going to find a happy median, and we're going to get through this one. Here down at the face-off, and the chef trying to work it out. That ball is all over the place. As you see the hustle right there for the ground ball. Who is going to come up with it? Scots.
Should be a push.
You get a push.
No way.
Possession. Wow, you're going
There
the
we
wrong
go.
way.
There we go.
You're going, second quarter, we change sides, ref. Let's go.
That's what he was doing.
Yeah.
That's what he was. I thought that was clearly a push on ESD. He gets it right.
The coaches behind him are not happy. One thing about it,
They still gave it ESD.
unbelievable. Okay.
He saw something I did.
Yes. Well, so far, we haven't had any penalties in this game so far. So no one has had a man up or man down situation.
No, and physical game, good body checks, good stick checks.
Oh,
Good one by Boyer.
Ball is out. Get the loose ball. Ground
get it
ball
up, boys.
taken. Working his way back inside, and Jack Morris takes things in his own hands. Jack Morris is on his horse.
It's like a linebacker with an interception.
Oh, another opportunity. Benton Owens.
Tell you, Brown football is getting a player in
Yes,
Jack
they
Morris.
are. Benton Owens runs into a wall down there. Possession here, 10:50 for the Scots, up by 3.
Got to keep your foot on the throttle, minimize mistakes, no unforced errors, keep possession. You know, spin it. I'm okay. Spin it that 80 seconds to take a shot. Don't throw it away with 60 seconds on the shot clock.
Oh, what a pass by Addison to
Shot clock
Smith.
reset, too. Got another 80. Fresh 80.
Fresh 80 on the shot clock for the Scots. Trying to make their way back around. Smith, middle of the field. Great pass. Oh, now that shot from Parker Addison behind the net.
Yeah, good look. Hey, he had a good angle. Just got it behind the pipe.
Hatch Brown coming back through the screen. Paxton Smith man-to-man with a shorty on him, and he's going to take that shot. Ah.
Yeah, didn't have a man back on that other side. But, you know, he spent a minute 40 down there. That's a good time of possession. Defense needs to come up with a stop here and go back the other way.
I think the time of possession has favored the Scots. I think defensively, it's got to stay engaged, and penalty, going to get another push penalty on the Scots as the possession now taken by ESD.
Loose ball push call on, I believe that was on. Yep, looks like that was grip.
Camouflage jerseys giving Cade a little problem here. Can't tell if it was his son or someone else.
Yeah, generally tell by the way these boys run, but man, the season goes by and they start blending together a little bit.
Hey, take it from the guy that knows everyone by their shoes. So
Noble Provost would run it. He's got a rollback move you got to watch on that right side.
go for it, Shorty. Well, nope, long stick matchup. Great job out there. That's Griffin Hamner putting in work.
Yeah, good physical play by the Scots Poles.
Benton Owens, he is relentless. Shorty matchup. See, they're trying to expose it.
Yeah, we need a slide, a pole there. There's one.
Saw it right there with Vaughn coming back on the other side, and the can opener by Griff.
Yeah, that's Griffin on Michael Golia. Those guys are best buddies during the summer, man. They play each other, go one-on-one after practice against each other. They know each other really well.
Asher Lear took his time with that shot, but better defense there by Jack Morris. Morris with the save. Another opportunity on offense now for the Scots. Hash Brown looked like he had an opportunity. He's working from behind the X now. Parker Addison all the way back up top as the high perimeter defense for ESD is out to meet him.
Yeah, Jackson McGinley checking in now, number 10 for the Scots. And Colton Highland along with Henrik there.
Highland back inside, and that's money!
They waved it off, Beckman. They waved it off. Seb Parker was in the crease.
Wow.
So face a quick transition here for ESD.
How?
Questionable there. I didn't see that he was on the crease, but I'm going to trust that the ref down there was closer than I was.
We're going to have to go back to the replay on that one for sure. Another opportunity on offense for ESD, down by 3 scores here early. They are looking to get a score here, 6:50.
Jackson Bond, good check on Wade McKnight there. Roll to the far side. Asher Lear. Harrison Cullum.
Shorty
Covering
matchup.
Lear. He rolls inside.
Yeah.
Got to have a pole slide there.
And you see again, I saw it the last time with Lear on his last shot, the patience that he had, but just the dodge and ability to get through those poles to get his hands free for the shot. ESD 2, Highland Park 4.
Yeah, your shorty's got to be more physical body-wise, and you got to have a pole ready to slide. Got to talk out there. Jack's got to be talking to his defense, and those poles got to talk amongst each other. J.R. Faria now.
Faria down at the – nope, that's Leshevsky for 6 down at the exit.
Right.
There are bodies on the ground. What do you call now? Wow. Every loose ball call going the other way as they stop. A little bit of a stoppage in play.
Yeah, again, I probably could have gone either way, but, my bias, it looked like ESD had the push there.
ESD with a little bit of momentum here in the second quarter. Defense is becoming even more important as these possessions are starting to pile up now for ESD. That was a smoker.
Yeah, good strong shot by that's Finley Lear. That's the older brother, Asher.
ESD showing a little bit of patience here, working their offense, trying to find a cutter. Sutton, a good job on the far side. Well, I think they found Provost where they wanted him, and the defense comes immediately. Great job by the Scots. Can they get the ground ball? No.
Didn't come away with the ground ball. That was good slides there, but you got to come away with that ground ball.
15 seconds on the shot clock for ESD, working their way back inside, and number 33 catches the far side pole as number 33, Josh Logan, with a score. Now ESD 3, Highland Park 4.
Yeah, low shot as he's approaching GLE, low angle shot. Good shot by Logan there. Gets in low, never goes above knee high, and hits the post on the far side.
That was right past the feet of Morton. Lechetsky now back down at the X. Another possession taken here by ESD.
Scots haven't broken out the Bulldog ride yet.
No appearances yet.
Moderate pressure up the midfield.
Jack Coburn brings the ball across, and a timeout called here by ESD. Woo! Pressure. We'll take a break with him and return as play resumes here on Game On Sports. Both teams make their way back onto the field. Heckma Harrison alongside Cade Hamner. And, man, no lead is safe in Lacrosse. And ESD right now are basically having their way offensively those last two possessions. Now they get another opportunity here.
Defensive has had pretty good job sliding. It slid well on Provost on that last possession, but you got to get the ball. You got to get the ground ball. We say it when these kids start playing. Ground balls win games.
There's a gift for the Scots.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Doolin's going to have a sprint here.
Doolin with an opportunity.
Money.
Sniper on the roof.
Ben Boyer, second pole goal of the game for the Scots.
Ben Boyer taking matters within his own hands. Had an opportunity. ESD with a lapse on defense on the fast break there. Number 28, Dean Doolin, sprinting down the middle of the field, and the defense for ESD does not slide. And a great job by the long pole, Ben Boyer, the captain, with the score.
Yeah, gift on a throwaway there. They're able to quickly get it up to Doolin, who finds Boyer. And, I know folks in the audience, sometimes we get real excited when a long pole scores, but if you watch high school all-star games, Heckma, and things like that, the hardest shot usually comes from a long pole. They have that. They have a 50-inch shaft. It's a 6-foot pole total. They're just able to generate a lot more velocity. That's why those goalies, if you're a batter and you're seeing an 80-mile-an-hour fastball the whole game and a relief pitcher comes in and you're suddenly seeing 95, that's the difference. Poles can really put a lot of velocity on their shot. We've seen it a couple times here tonight.
Yeah, the speed difference, and also from further distances with those long poles as well. As Hunt Henry trying to make his way down to the crease, elects to get the pass back to Parker Addison. Another opportunity here. 3:15 left in the first half as the Scots score. Pat Smith, spin move, and the shot is, come on. Let's go.
Great skip pass there. Carter Sutton finds Paxton. Paxton from about 12 yards out on that right side of the cage, puts it about knee high, gets it in, and the Scots go up by 3.
All right, Kate, I got to calm down.
You're doing great, brother.
I'm bottoming out on everybody's TV
That's
set.
All right. We'll
now.
Take over. The First Horizon replay here. You're going to see it from the goalie cam view. And this was just going to get by him here.
He's trying to keep his feet set. And it's no good, though.
Well, didn't have the replay for you there. Sorry, folks. Back down. J.R. Faria now facing off.
Faria.
And that's
great scoop.
That's Ben Boyer. Comes away with it there. The guy who just scored. Double duty.
Boyer out. Scott's trying to work the clear. And, man, pushed out
of bounds by the shifty freshman, Wade McKnight. Good job. 2.5 minutes, Akma.
Yeah, 2.5 minutes. Defense is back on. Another loose ball. Can the Scots get it? And they do.
Dean Doolin comes away with it. Another fast break opportunity here for Highland Park.
Oh, yeah, money ball.
Boom.
Money ball. Is that Hash Brown?
That's Hash Brown.
Hash Brown with the score. Scots on a roll. 7-3, 221. 221, and everything I loved about that, as we see the replay, was Dean Doolin on the fast break. That's the second fast break led by Dean Doolin.
It is. Heckma, that comes from aggressive defense. You've got shorties that are aggressive on those ESD midfielders, and they're getting out, getting on their hands, breaking up that ball. We were upset a few minutes ago about not getting the ground balls. 2 possessions later, because of the defense of the short stick midfielders, we've hit 2 fast breaks, and we put 2 points on the board.
J.R. Faria down at the X.
Yeah, they got it locked up now.
They are locked and waiting for the ground. Oh, come on, Griff. Spin move to yourself. Take it. Come on. No, come on. What an opportunity there for Griffin Hamner.
I thought he'd have the shot. Didn't want to get greedy and dished it to his short stick midfielder.
Oh, another gift. It's Christmas out here.
Great job. Boom.
Santa Claus Hash Brown did it again.
Heckma, this is what you want to capitalize on the mistakes of your opponent. And when we feel like in a game like Jesuit and you have unforced errors and you throw the ball out of bounds, the opponent capitalizes on that. The last 3 points have come from mistakes and turnovers by Jesuit. Or excuse me, by ESD.
By ESD.
And the Scots have been able to capitalize.
Really has, and it's been those ground balls from the Scots. These guys are capitalizing, and also these guys at the face-off are starting to dominate. That was a push, but wait, see who can come away with this ground ball. As boy, that was plenty of pressure. Harrison Cullum doing everything that he could to stay in bounds.
And tries to backflip it, kind of shovel it back in bounds on a prayer, and gets called for walking the line there.
That's 1:24 left here in the first half. Scots 8, ESD 3. As the Eagles, again, with a ton of momentum in the second quarter as the defense is taking over. Jack Morris stepping in front of it. I like that when my goalie's showing some emotion.
Yeah, he did a great job of stepping out. Harrison Wheeler's got the legs. He should have legged that one out. Great job. That's Ben Boyer, the captain, gets it upfield, gets it clear. Scots need to hold and go into the half with a 5-point lead here.
44 seconds. So it's the shot clock the game clock is all that matters in this situation. Let's see if Coach Pressler calls the timeout. He usually does here. Cade, where's your buzzer?
Well, there it is. He finally got it. It was sticking, but he picked it up.
He picked it up. Timeout called with 18 seconds. Excuse me. Timeout called with 28 seconds as Scott's now with an opportunity to go up by 6. We'll take a timeout with them.
Flying, sipping, shredding, soaring, skimming, searching, slouching, putting, petting, connecting, collecting, lounging, leading, boarding, boarding, boarding. Now that's flying. This is how I fly.
You got future Scots down there. All this, you said it's the elementary school kids.
Yeah, we've got all of our youth Scots out here tonight. Got the big district tournament, the Macy Jaggers Tournament of Champions going on at DFW tomorrow. That's grades 5th through 8th. But these kids are out here tonight to support their Scots on Military Appreciation Night. Great block party before the game, and they've turned out tonight, man. Got kids of all ages, got a great student body representation here, and the Scots are not disappointing them so far here in the first half.
Right at about 20 seconds. Scots working through some pressure right off of way to gather themselves. Paxton Smith with the recovery. Now you're at 10 seconds.
Yeah, just let's get a shot off here.
Back to Hash Brown.
Shoot it, Paxton.
There it is. Oh!
Yeah, wait, just waited a little too long there. But hey, like I said, hold the ball, go into the half up by 5. They did it there. Heckma, little bit of a lull there in the early parts of the second quarter, but the Scots held in there. I've said it before. They weather the storm. Keep playing your game. Get your short stick D-mids out on those midfielders for ESD. The ground ball started coming. Turnovers started coming. We saw a couple fast breaks there for Highland Park.
What are your thoughts on the offense and the way that they've been distributing, sharing the rock, but also shooting on goal?
I like it a lot more than I've seen in other tight games. I think Paxton's been ready to shoot tonight. Parker's been ready to shoot. You finally got Hash Brown involved, and Duncan, I think, has been defended well, but I certainly think he's ready to go tonight. I don't have the fear, at least in the first half, that everyone's scared to shoot and everyone wants to pass. I do like the 3 fast gimme breaks, and we were able to score on those 3 fast breaks, which was awesome. But offense is hanging in there.
I'm going to take a chill pill. It's going to be halftime here. I'm going to be much more subdued in the second half. I promise I won't blow out your speakers like I did in the first. This has been an incredible first half. The revenge tour doesn't stop now. We got 2 more quarters of action coming up next here on Game On Sport.
For over a century, we've been financing the American dream for those who dare to chase it. The job creators, the economic stimulators, the relentless entrepreneurs that refuse to be denied. For this we know, fortune favors the bold. Vista Bank, entrepreneurs banking entrepreneurs since 1912.
Greatness isn't given, it's earned. The sweat, the grit, the early mornings and late nights. When it's all on the line, you either step up or step out. Because fortune favors the bold. Vista Bank, entrepreneurs banking entrepreneurs since 1912. Greatness isn't given, it's earned. The sweat, the grit, the early mornings and late nights. When it's all on the line, you either step up or step out. Because fortune favors the bold. Vista Bank, entrepreneurs banking entrepreneurs since 1912.
Flying, sipping, shredding, soaring, skimming, searching, slouching, putting, petting, connecting, collecting, lounging, leading, boarding, boarding, boarding. Now that's flying. This is how I fly.
For over a century, we've been financing the American dream for those who dare to chase it. The job creators, the economic stimulators, the relentless entrepreneurs that refuse to be denied. For this we know, fortune favors the bold. Vista Bank, entrepreneurs banking entrepreneurs since 1912.
Greatness isn't given, it's earned. The sweat, the grit, the early mornings and late nights. When it's all on the line, you either step up or step out. Because fortune favors the bold. Vista Bank. Entrepreneurs banking entrepreneurs since 1912.
Flying, sipping, shredding, soaring, skimming, searching, slouching, putting, petting, connecting, collecting, lounging, leading, boarding, boarding, boarding. Now that's flying. This is how I fly. Flying, sipping, shredding, soaring, skimming, searching, slouching, putting, petting, connecting, collecting, lounging, leading, boarding, boarding, boarding. Now that's flying. This is how I fly.
Highland Park gets on the board. This looks like it's going to be an easy score. Coming back top side and out. Foul that. Third quarter set to begin. And game on, replays. Get to see some of those highlight reel shots from the first half. And
a lot of them.
A ton. As there is no room for a letdown right now. You
No, for
cannot take your foot off of the gas. They finished that second quarter better than any quarter that I've seen over this season.
Yeah, you just got to keep it up. You got to keep your foot on the throttle. You know, this team is too good to let off. You know, we see it, these rivalry teams. We saw it with ESD 2 years ago in the state playoffs. I think Highland Park was up by 8 or 10, and, man, ESD came storming back. It's important just to stay aggressive, play fundamentally sound, and minimize the mistakes.
Another opportunity to start things off here for the Eagles, working their way down. And how about the rear check, setting the tone here early. Defensively, can we get the ground ball? And we do.
Yeah, great check there. Lag check on that by the short stick D-mid for Highland Park. Didn't catch the number. Again, our camo jerseys tonight have really thrown a wrench in things, but we'll do it for military appreciation night.
Like I've told you, man, my appreciation for Dean Doolin, seeing him lead the break twice, and those come up with scores have been amazing.
Yeah, you've been handling the draft for the Cowboys the last couple of days. Our coverage, Dean Doolin, he's a return specialist on the football team. He's got good size, about 185 pounds. He's got great speed, and, you know, to get a ground ball and get ahead of steam like that, I wouldn't get in front of the kid.
Oh, you could see it. I mean, great contact balance by my guy, Dean Doolin. Back top side, boy, Parker Addison looking to sneak one through. A guy that had a crease violation and a goal called back earlier. Still don't know about that one.
Good move by Pax there. I like that. They were aggressive, held the ball decent amount of time, just didn't get it in. But I don't blame him for going to the crease like that. His man wasn't covering him tight. He got to the doorstep and got a shot off. ESD does a good job sliding at the end there.
See Griffin Hamner coming out high on the perimeter defensively. Starting the far side, GLB. Now number 4, Walker Sutton.
Yeah, great job. Great slide there by Harrison. Oh, that's Jackson Bond. Yeah, great slide out by Bond.
Forcing, literally, Jackson Bond forcing them to pass. With an opportunity back top side. Boy, he makes way with the score. And there he is again, Wake McKnight.
Yeah, Wake McKnight. That's a kid you got to watch. He's going to be there for 4 years. He's gets good movement down there at X. And look like we get a replay. First Horizon, thank for the sponsorship there, but we missed the replay. Wake McKnight rolls from X, rolls to the left side of the cage, and makes a jump shot. Not afraid to take the hit at the end, which is impressive for a young man, 15-year-old young man playing out here against some 18-year-old.
Trying to come up with another one of these ground balls. The Scots working for it. Finally breaking it back across. Triple team. The ESD with numbers. Number 42 making way, trying to get the ball out to Provost. I believe that's number 12.
Great physical defense by Highland Park. Great slide there.
Doolin again in the run, trying to get that loose ball. Parker Addison is not able to chase it down. Another opportunity here for ESD.
Yeah, that's a situation you just got to, you have a couple fast breaks going each way. The ball is loose. It's frantic. You got to know when to pull back and kind of settle in and let your subs come on and reset your offense and burn a little time there.
Asher Lear working from behind the X, running around Wake McKnight, trying to get to the front of the crease. And
Benton Owens, good ground ball there.
Man.
He's got it. He's on his horse. He's going to go the whole way.
will he fire it?
Again, pull back here, reset the offense. Let's get some substitutions in. These guys have been running for about 3 minutes now. Colton Highland checks in. Henrik Johnson checks in. I like it.
You know, your defense has been putting in a lot of work here at the beginning of the third quarter.
Yeah, and defense is getting those checks and ground balls, and then they're sprinting 40 yards. They're not just sitting with it trying to clear. So offense doing a good job, already burning 40 seconds here, giving the defense a breather. See if they can set up a motion to the goal.
I need a check-in from number 19.
There you go.
Oh, right at the feet of the goalie is Duncan Zilke's pass, and boy, they are hustling for the loose ball. Hustling for the loose ball, goes out of bounds. And another opportunity here on offense for the Scots.
Yeah, fresh 80. Just settle in. Burn a minute 20. The time is on your side. You're up by 4. You want to stay aggressive and score, but you don't have to do it inside 20 seconds of a possession.
Looking for cutters. And again, this is a very cleanly played game. No man-up opportunities for either team so far.
And see here, Heckma, ESD has pulled it in tighter to the hub. They're not extending out.
No.
I would spin the ball out from at the perimeter. What Highland Park's doing here, that ball is safe. They're not going to come to you. Hold the ball out there. You know, wait till the last 20 seconds before you motion to the cage.
We're looking at inside, and another loose ball turnover for the Scots. Unforced.
Yeah, unforced there, but, you know, they get 40 seconds off on 2 possessions there. So, you know, nearly 2 minutes. I know I sound like a broken record of burning time. Stay fundamental. He's playing without equipment there, so that should be a turnover.
Yes, Blake Gover.
Now it looks like an official timeout, but as I understand it, any equipment, whether it's a glove, a stick, it comes off. Maybe it doesn't count for the shoe, you know.
Maybe so.
But if you are playing without designated required equipment, it's a turnover.
The two officials talk things over. Let's see if one is overruled. Looks like the possession.
Yeah, they just call it an official timeout.
Bill Kressler wanting to have a word, probably stating the same thing about what the rules state.
Asher Lear loses a shoe, and near side referee blows a whistle, but it was for an official timeout. Let him put his shoe back up.
Okay. Asher Lear out on the hash. The short stick matchup. Jackson Bond running through the screen. And free there for a quick second, but ESD doesn't take the shot. That's the shot that goes back out to the street. And great hustle to the end line there by the Scots as they take the possession.
Yeah, good hustle by Jackson Bond there. Good slide on that defense possession by Hamner, not letting them get a free shot. Bent Owens hustles it across. Gets it up to Doolin.
Great job on the clear. A little bit of pressure being presented by ESD. Matt Brown with the score here today.
Brown covered by Mason Perry, another 27 he's played against for years.
Again, back to that defense that you were talking about, Cade, how they're closing on the hub for ESD. Coming out a little bit further now this time.
It's a way to say, you know, we're going to make you beat us inside.
Well, I'll tell you what, we'll beat you from outside because Paxton Smith.
And we've talked about this for years, Heckman. It's pick your poison. You want to go inside and group up and you know, clog up the hub like that? Hey, then shoot from the perimeter. You know, and that's what Paxton Smith does there. He sees an open lane from the perimeter, gets a shot up, and Scots are back up by 5.
First Horizon replay. Paxton Smith with another score. The popcorn is yet to come into the booth, but my hands await.
Let's see if Leshevsky can get him some cheese curds here. down on the
dot.
dot.
He's been working for it. They get a procedure penalty, and now it goes the other way.
Yeah, he got a little jumpy there. Four minutes, 40 seconds, Heckma, so run deep into the shot clock. It's like an NBA or anything else. You're up by 5. You need to start. And the Scots are doing that. Run deep into those possessions. Make them come out to you. If they're not going to come out to you, don't shoot.
This is a guy that's having himself one heck of a game. Jack Morris.
Yeah, we needed it out of him. He's having a great game tonight.
Working his way back inside, a bunch of clutter in front of your goalie. It's time to communicate here from the Scots and working their way back inside and running to that end line. Morris with the belly flop.
Jack Morris, the hustle. I mean, McKnight had him beat by 5 yards, and Jack still dives. That's the competitor.
And work for the ground ball here on the far side. Who's going to get it? Push? No.
Walker Sutton with the great hustle there.
Ball
Harrison
up high.
Wheeler. Wheeler comes away with it.
Yes, he does.
It's about who wants it more at this point in the game. Highland Park at their home field in front of their home fans, and get that momentum. You got to dig deep and just keep playing and really want it.
And you've seen it on defense. It's something that we called for earlier about those loose ball. The ground ball war right now is being won by the Scots, and that's where you talk about that want it. Who wants it more? You're starting to see it definitely on the defensive end from the Scots, as they have absolutely stood up and earned more possessions for their offense.
Yeah, we harp on it with our youth teams, our Bantam teams starting in the first grade when those kids can barely catch and throw. It's ground balls win games, and that's true through college, through the pro ranks and the PLL. When the ball's on the ground, who's going to come away with it? That matters for possessions. Possessions lead to motion. Motion leads to points.
That ball up in the air and taken by ESD.
Luke Mauser getting an earful from the Highland Park student body. He was a Highland Park kid that transferred to ESD, and no doubt some of his buddies there letting him hear it.
Luke Mauser playing for their other team today. I tell you, no love lost, boy. He has been doing one heck of a job out here. Asher Lear taking his time, coming back near side. Got a shorty-on-shorty matchup, but not backing down. It's number 14, Harrison Cullum. Call there.
Yeah, Harrison, it's you hate to see, there's a ref standing right there. He doesn't call it. Oh, you know what it was? It was timeout.
Okay, timeout call.
The far side ref heard the timeout call. That's what it was before the man hit the ground and lost the ball. So timeout ESD.
2:12 left here in the third quarter. Scots up by 5. This game ain't over. It's just getting started. We still got more action to go. We're going to take a break and come back as play resumes here on Game On Sports.
Greatness isn't given, it's earned. The sweat, the grit, the early mornings and late nights. When it's all on the line, you either step up or step out. Because fortune favors the bold. Vista Bank. Entrepreneurs banking entrepreneurs since 1912.
And that is the most beautiful sight to behold from Highlander Stadium. Unbelievable view from the Park Cities of the skyline of downtown Dallas. The last game here Last game. Well, no, there's going to be.
Yeah, we likely will have a home playoff game.
Playoff game.
Schedule not set, but likely playoff game here next Friday night.
Good deal. So speak that into existence. So
I want to give a quick shout out.
Go right ahead.
To all my friends and technical support folks out there that text me during the game when we're having mic and audio issues. It's never a burden. Thanks so much, folks. We're operating on a shoestring up here sometimes, and we appreciate the feedback.
Hey, man, Kay, they got to hear you now. They got to hear you. They got to get the call from the horse's mouth, okay? So we got to get the sound right. Minute 50 left here in the third. Trying to work their offense.
Yeah, Cutter on the inside, and Highland Park sniffs it out. Loose ball push. Turnover, ball to Highland Park.
Uh-oh. That was almost a risky
You got to be careful. That's Benton Owens. He knows better. He's a senior there. You can't make that pass with somebody sniffing your goalie.
Now, you got to get this clear.
Yeah, and he'll make up for it. He's a wide receiver.
Yeah.
Wide out. He'll get it across midfield, say, guys, I'm sorry about that. I'm responsible for this clear. I'll get it out of here.
And the universal sign for my bad is hand to chest and pat.
That's me. I'll clear.
My bad.
Yeah,
I did that.
I'll clear this one for you, boys.
Another opportunity for a score. 1 minute left in the third. You're looking at about 34 seconds on the shot clock. Spin move by Hunt Henry.
Yeah, they're sliding to Hunt. Hunt's doing a great job. His left hand is incredible this year. If they think they're going to push him left and not get in trouble, that's laugh's going to be on them. Here's
Carter
Smith.
Sutton.
Sorry, Carter Sutton.
Carter Sutton with the shot. Does not reset the shot clock. 13 seconds on the shot clock for the Scots. Oh!
That one does.
That one hits the side.
Yeah, but ESD able to clamp it and scoop it up there. 19 seconds in the quarter.
As they try to continue to move and pressure being presented by the Scots. And we have our first penalty. How about that?
Yeah, Curtis Mathis there with the clear for ESD. He's a shifty
McKnight, what
midfielder. Great slide there.
Ouch.
Great physical slide inside. I like that. I like the hit. We're going to get a slashing call on Highland Park there. Let's see. Coach Pressler's going to meet Hash Brown at about the hash mark from the sideline. He doesn't like it, but if you got to give one, heck, man, I want to do it with 12 minutes to go, being up by 5.
End of the third quarter. We have one more quarter to decide this one. Scots ahead by 5, 12 minutes to go. I'm going to take a drink of water. We'll be right back.
For over a century, we've been financing the American dream for those who dare to chase it. The job creators, the economic stimulators, the relentless entrepreneurs that refuse to be denied. For this we know, fortune favors the bold. Vista Bank, entrepreneurs banking entrepreneurs since 1912.
Fourth quarter set to begin, and we have our first man-up opportunity of the game, and it goes to ESD on the penalty by Harrison Brown.
Yeah, and ESD will start with possession, no face-off to start the final 12 minutes here. Let's see if Scott's man-down defense can close ranks and keep the Eagles off the board here.
just on the rotation right now for ESD, looking to find a cutter. And how about the fancy stick work by number 33?
Yeah, it's your senior captain, UVA commit Ben Boyer, picking it off, getting it up to Harrison Cullum. He takes one to the body, gets it across midfield, and the Scots will try to kill the penalty here.
I believe that was a 30-second penalty on Hash Brown.
No, sir, he's still out, and we're past 11:30, so it was a full minute.
Full minute.
Probably, I believe it was a slash, so full minute there.
Full minute for the sophomore.
And 5 seconds to go. We'll be back to full strength, and Scots do successfully.
Yep, burn it, and you're at 40 seconds on the shot clock now with Harrison Brown back in the rotation for you offensively.
Not many nights that Hash Brown beats Griff to the penalty box. But,
No, this is one of those rare moments. You got not the choir boy. Hey, we definitely expect for Griffin Hamner to make his way over there. But so far, Paxton Smith working the middle of the field. Great pass on the far side out to Duncan Zilke. Excuse me, that's Carter Sutton. Paxton Smith, another shot opportunity.
That's okay. Full minute, 20 seconds the Scots used there. Just like that, we're 2 minutes gone here in the fourth period. Scots lead by 5.
Burning that penalty from Harrison Brown. Offensively, an opportunity here for ESD. Plenty of time, but they're going to have to get going to make up this 5-score difference. Finley Lear on the far side with the pass back up top.
Yeah, great job. Good slide. Long poles are looking good. You got your 2 senior poles in there, and Owens and Wheeler, your junior.
Back inside, and boy, way to go.
There he goes.
No,
they're in the crease.
That is.
Yeah. Saved by Jack, and then that shooter rolls into the crease.
Whoa. I thought okay.
Well, I don't know what that call was, Heckma.
Wow. What do we?
They motioned to the crease. They
Yeah.
probably say he got pushed into the crease and award the ball back to ESD.
Wade McKnight being defended by Jackson Bond. Loose ball. Who wants the ground ball?
Yeah, Jackson Bond, great defense on McKnight. Really impressed by McKnight. His size and ability and willingness to take on the physical play of these Scots poles.
And this is going to be a penalty against
Yes,
Highland Park.
I think it's another slash coming against HP.
And you have Jack Morris questioning that last call. And I'm with you, Jack.
Yeah,
Looked
Dean
like
Doolin, the shorty. On the slash, so another chance for ESD here. But, hey, Heckma, full 3 minutes off the clock. Scots are defense playing well. See if we get another break up here and kill a penalty and take another minute 20 off.
Another opportunity here for ESD and their man-up offense. Looking at number 30, Finley Lear, standing in the middle of that defense. Scots, the last time there was a man-up situation, did a good job of coming away with a loose ball. Finley Lear working his way behind the X, and boy, what was that?
Good job. The Scots
Wow.
playing close defense, tight to the hub, ball gets loose. Jackson Bond up and away.
Man, he ripped that off the head of the stick, and I think McKnight is probably wondering where the hell the ball went.
Yeah.
Where'd it go?
5 seconds on the penalty, and Scots are going to kill another one. Duncan. Boom.
It's about time. I've been calling for it, but that may be the cherry on top for the Scots.
Heckma, that's officially a shorthanded goal with 1 second remaining on the penalty. Finally, our man Silky Zilke is on the board.
He is on the board for the Scots, and hey, better late than never.
I mean, he had a running start. He had a great lane.
He wasn't worried about trying to burn that penalty.
Yeah.
He had an opportunity. He saw it. He took it. I don't blame him.
Yeah. Great job by Duncan there. Good senior leadership there. He's got a lane. You got a shot. You have the faith of your coach. Take the shot.
Dean Doolin still
he's got
serving
one,
the penalty.
He's got 1 second of shame left over there. So they go to a face-off. J.R. Faria comes out.
Face-off opportunity here for the Scots, up by 6. And they are all locked in. Winger's waiting on somebody to bring that ball out, and Ben Boyer says, thank you very much.
And Scott's now back to full strength, and Scott's look to clear here. And again, nobody on Jack. I'd just take it all the way up. You put bouncer there. Owens gets it to Boyer.
Here again, 7:30 left in the fourth quarter. Scots ahead by 6. And look, I think other than that first little sequence in the first quarter, I think you saw the nerves there briefly.
Yeah,
but they shook
second
them off.
quarter. Start of that second quarter when ESD had a 2-goal run there and was looking sharp. Then the ground ball started coming for the Scots.
Hart Sutton, great job keeping his balance. Going back over to the far side.
And Zilke again.
Working that shot right into the chest. Trying to work the clear. We've yet to see the Bulldog ride tonight.
No, and you're not going to at this point, Heckma. You know, Matt Dunn, Coach Pressler, they're going to play conservative in defense. You know, that Bulldog ride takes your goalie out of the cage, and teams that know it will run their attackmen wide out past the hashes and open up that center lane. So Coach Pressler wants to beat him on offense. He's done that tonight, and then beat him on the defensive possessions.
Griffin Hamner defending for the Scots, and a great switch there
great.
by the Scots, and they find their way inside, and Jack Morris.
That's
again.
the kind of night. I'm telling you what, this kid is an All-American. I don't care in what sport. He could play water polo, track, diving. I don't know what else. He's just a competitor. He's a heck of an athlete and a fine, fine young man.
He's smart as heck.
Yeah.
And I tell you, the communication that you see and his ability to always line up those shots. Perfect opportunity, perfect spacing. Another flag over here on the far side, but can't say enough about the job that Jack Morris has done tonight. He's a little shimmy down there in between the pipes.
Yeah, so this is going to be offsides on ESD. So they've got 7 defenders down in that offensive zone for the Scots now. So Scots are going to get a man-up situation if they don't put the ball in the cage here.
Jackson McGinley working from behind the X, being double-teamed.
Yeah, you know, you get the offsides call. It's just you go ahead and run that guy who's offsides down into the zone. There's a shot.
Right in, up close, and the whistles should come out. And now man-up opportunity for the Scots with 4:55 left in the game.
And this will be a 30-second technical for ESD for that offsides. It looked like some confusion on the substitution box there, and the Scots will be the beneficiary of that one, and they'll get their first man-up possession, Heckman, with 4:55 left in the ball game.
It's been a cleanly played game, I guess, other than the few penalties that you've had from the Scots. Been very clean, and, man, high-level lacrosse played here at Highlander Stadium. Oh, that was a ball trick there. There it is.
Yeah. The old hidden ball trick, moving around
top
good.
side, got him. Oh, he found him. Missed it.
Good ground ball rebounds there by Highland Park. Highland jumps in there. Boom.
That's my guy. That is Parker Addison with another one. Man.
Yeah, way to save the ground ball. Colton Highline, shout out to Sean Highland in Cleveland tonight in the war room for the Browns. Your Scots are hanging in there, buddy.
He's probably got us up right now doing the draft at the
He
same
said
time.
he was going to have one screen on the HP game and all the other boards on the draft room.
I don't blame him. I don't blame him. Great job for the Scots.
J.R. Faria
All locked up.
looks good. And Boyer snags one out of the air. Heck of a night for them.
4:15 left here in regulation as the Scots, it has been their night tonight offensively, and they have found their shooters in the right spots and taken advantage of this Eagles defense. And for me, Cade, one thing that you know about these two teams, they always find a way to play each other in those elimination games. So this isn't the last of ESD, but I think that they've seen. But I think tonight they sent a message.
Yeah, I think and they wanted to do that. Hate to see that right there. 38 seconds remaining on the shot clock. This is where the Scots, I know it's 6 goals, but let's take a minute 20 off every time. But you're right, Heckma. They're just like that game against Jesuit. Did a reset motivation for the Scots. It's going to do the same for ESD. They'll be a different team when you see them in the playoffs. They'll be ready to go. A talented team. You've seen this kid, Wade McKnight. I mean, if that doesn't scare you a little bit for the next 4 years, I don't know what will. He's going to be a phenomenal player for the Eagles.
Yeah, I mean, what I'm seeing is just an uber-talented young man in Wade McKnight. And it was Sean Brown last season who was absolutely unbelievable with the stick in his hands, and he finished it off in the playoffs as well.
Yeah, for sure. And they got 12 sophomores that are, teammates of Harrison Brown and Griff and Colton, and they got a young team, and they're gonna do well in years to come. Not to mention in a couple of weeks.
Well, we have so much to look forward to. This was one of those games. I don't know about for you, but I came into today's game just like I did with Jesuit, because you know how close these communities are. What was going to be our temperament in those games, in that game? And I felt like against Jesuit, and not to bring up old stuff and bad history, but it felt like in that game we just let one off. All right, we gave up those two. We came out,
right,
did our thing, and defensively we had those letdowns. But it's just like when you had the lead, when you had an opportunity to put your foot on the gas, you let up, and then you let a team that you should have beat.
Yeah.
Beat you in overtime.
Certainly the early part I don't like. We did it against Culver too, and then we jumped back in it, and playing late in the game, being up by 3 with 3.5 to play at Jesuit, we certainly let one get away there. But that's the process of maturity for young men. We're talking about 15, 16, 17-year-olds here, some 18-year-olds, and this is how they learn. This is how they grow. And, the Jesuit game certainly gave Highland Park an opportunity to grow. And I know these boys that play for ESD, they're certainly going to grow from this. And, man, all I know is it's in a selfish way, we've got a lot of good lacrosse to come for the next 3 to 5 years.
Yeah, this is another shot opportunity, another shot off for ESD. And as we're right under 3 minutes here in the fourth quarter, Scots with a commanding lead.
And Scott's more conservative here. They're bunching the hub now.
Yes, they are.
They're playing inside those hash marks, not coming out and extending out.
And muddying the waters. They're trying to find McKnight in close, and boy, did he get whacked pretty hard with a stick.
They're going to slide quickly there and finally get a turnover there, and that's Benton Owens. He's going to make a run for it, see if we get another pole goal.
Looking for an opportunity there with Duncan Zilke, and Zilke elects to bring it all the way out as he is being chased down.
That's a senior leader right there. Don't take a shot there, a shot that's likely to miss and be a turnover. Pull out, take a minute off the clock. We're under 2 minutes now. Let's wrap this up.
Highland Park comes in, handles business today. And even when ESD stole some of the momentum, they found a way to get goals when they needed it. Right at about 1:30 left here in regulation. Scots up by 7. Can they add another goal to this lead?
You know, just when I think they'll run it out and dump it or something, I don't know what happened there. Well, Coach Pressler calls a timeout, wants to bring the boys in.
Coach Pressler calls a timeout. 18 seconds left on the shot clock. We take a timeout. We'll do the same and come back as play resumes here on Game On Sports. Scots 11, ESD 4. 1:18 left here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I think the timeout there is just Coach Pressler saying, hey, you know, I'm not going to let my guy get the pinata whacked out of him. He's just call a timeout.
Yes.
Bring your guys in, bring the emotion down a little bit, and then let's run around for 10 seconds and dump it.
And, Kate, I think that is definitely going to be the strategy here. 5 seconds to.
Yeah, and Hash Brown does just that, dumps it, 59 on the clock.
You know, you've got an opportunity to say your thank yous today. I want to make sure that I thank all the dads in this Highland Park community. This is my 6th year as the voice of Highland Park Lacrosse. Guys, this is a job that I take very seriously. I absolutely love coming into the stadium, any stadium, with that HP, on my chest.
Yeah.
To be able to represent these guys. I have so much fun. As you know, Kate, I am self-taught lacrosse. But one thing that I am going to do is bring you 100% enthusiasm each and every time I get an opportunity to call these games. And so I just want to say thank you to all you guys, and it means so much to me to be able to be the voice of Highland Park Lacrosse.
Well, we love you, love having you. You've done a great job. You're a great ambassador for the sport, for the school here in North Texas, and just appreciate all of it.
And like I said, ESD, we ain't forgot about you. As the little ones storm the field.
That's what makes these kids want to play in this game. You know, you got your elementary school teams. Those are the Bantam kids out there. Some girls out there that play in girls lacrosse. And they storm the field and remember that. And, you know, they want to play here when they get big.
Well, look, here's the deal. Kate, this is the end of the regular season. Now everything that you've worked for, everything that you've been talking about all season long is right now. It's in front of you. For this team that you've seen all along throughout the season, that's gone to Florida, taking care of business, and now ran things through district, only losing one game, and that was to Jesuit. Your thoughts on the rest of the season going into the playoffs?
Well, some quick thoughts about tonight first. I wouldn't want to play another quarter against ESD. I mean, they're that good, and the emotion runs that high. The Scots did what they had to do tonight. They were crisp. They minimized the mistakes. We saw some unforced errors early, but they quickly minimized those and righted the ship and got moving in the right direction. As far as the season goes, I hope that we look back on the Jesuit game and think of that was the defining moment. That was the moment. I think tonight's outcome could have been different had we won that game in overtime. That was the right loss. If there is, Coach Pressure will kill me if he hears this. Sometimes you have the right loss at the right time. And again, we're dealing with young men. We're dealing with a psyche who, you quickly think you're bulletproof, and then suddenly you get defeated, right? And sometimes that's a gut check, a reality check. It humbles you in a way that makes you dig deeper, work harder, practice more. And, we saw it in the last 3 games and then coming into tonight. Proud of the way they played tonight. The hometown came out and supported the Scots. That's definitely helps with the momentum. But the Scots are on the right track heading into the playoffs here. They just got to keep their focus, got to keep their eye on the prize, and get it done here over the next 3 weeks.
This was Military Appreciation Day here at Highland Park, and it was absolutely wonderful. A beautiful day, a packed house, and what a great evening of lacrosse. I want to thank everyone. I want to thank David for getting the sound right here. I want to thank all the camera crew, all the camera guys that were here to take care of us. For Fred Gardner, who's only guy I know that can parachute into a stadium and out of a stadium in a tuxedo, but we got the job done. Want to thank all of you. Please make sure to like and subscribe to Game On Sports. You will get all of the Highland Park playoffs and also the THSLL playoffs as well. Want to thank you all for joining us. God bless you, and good night.